In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the color editor and then create a mask from that selection to impact the sky in this photograph. You, of course, could use this for any other colors in this image. First thing we're going to do is we're going to move to the color tab. If I come up here and click on the color tab, that'll take us to here. Now, oftentimes you'll have the color editor collapsed and it'll be down near the bottom of this list. I moved it to the top by clicking on the tab, dragging it up, and expanding it out. Now in this example, we're going to use the advanced color editor because that gives us more flexibility. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sky color. I'm going to click on the little eyedropper tool, come here, and click this. Now you can see that it's created this little pie shape inside the circle, and I'm going to expand this out and make sure it's expanded all the way. So the depth of the slice controls the saturation, how saturated it is, and we're going to select the entire thing. And then the width, this determines what range we've got selected. So to give us better clarity on what we're choosing, let's come down here to the View Selected Color Range, and you can see that it grays out the areas of the image that are not being affected. So you can see that we can expand the selection or reduce the selection by clicking here and here. The other thing that we can do to reduce that is grab the smoothness slider and see this little sort of cloud around the color selected. If I drag it to the left, you'll notice how that narrows that down right to the edge. So I'm going to use it at its narrowest selection. Maybe increase it just a little bit. Now coming up to the color editor 3 dots menu, you can see we have create mask layer from selection. So it's going to do that, and what it'll do is it will create this layer. You can see up in the layer section it's created this new layer, and it's removed the color selection from the color editor. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name this sky. I'm going to come to the brush drop down and turn the mask on, and you can see all the areas that are now selected. These are all the areas that have a shade of blue. Now to fine tune this to the sky, I'm going to come up to the brush tool again and choose Erase. I'm going to right click. I'm going to increase the size a bit. I'm going to make sure my hardness and opacity are 100 and that auto mask is turned off. And I'm going to do this to erase the mask in areas where I don't want it. Now I'm going to come back up to the Layers 3-dot menu and choose Refine Mask. And this time I'm going to try dialing it back a bit because I just want it to smooth the edges of the selection. And I'm going to apply it there. I'm going to go turn the mask off. And with this layer selection, I'm going to switch back to the Exposure tab and come down to Saturation. I'm going to increase the saturation for that area. I'm going to reduce the brightness and look at contrast. And this is one way that you can use the color editor to select a color, refine that selection, create a mask layer from the selection, and then edit that mask to select just the areas that you want.